morning, friends. Welcome to an episode of the vlog. It is Tuesday morning. It is the very first day of school. It is right after Labor Day. Wisconsin has a law where you basically don't go back to school until after Labor Day, which I'm okay with because I like summer. So we are here at school. We've got our first day outfit on. It is cute, but also functional. If you're kind of new to the SPED world, I have what's called an eloper. So basically it's a runner. So if the student's feeling unsafe with like their environment or just like what's going on, or they're trying to avoid any sort of task, they may choose to leave the situation, and sometimes that involves running outside, and of course need to make sure the student is safe, so we need to be functional in case that happens. My principal has a t-shirt actually that says you may work at my school if you wear tennis shoes with your dresses, because she often is, because including my students and some others around, she does a lot of running about in her tennis shoes. It is 6:30. I'm here pretty early. Usually I get here at about 7:20, and students start coming into my room around 7:30, 7:40, but obviously it's the first day of school. I want to be ready. I'm mostly supporting students in their regular education classroom environment today. I really won't be pulling any small groups unless we have any behavioral issues. So I don't really have any curriculums or anything I need to be like preparing, but I just want to be ready, have my cute little signs ready, get my pictures with my students, and then I have some new students that I didn't get a chance to meet at Meet the Teacher Night because I was with other students helping their parents register them. You think that registering your child on the computer would be an easy task, and actually it is not. So I feel like that could be created into a task that was so much easier, but they made it so difficult. So I was even struggling with that. So I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna take my Starbucks from yesterday, no ice, it's a good life, and I'm gonna get going, and I'll show you a little bit about what the day is gonna be like. Besides being the first day of school is also when I need to get started on my very first IEP for our transition meeting we just had previously last week. So it's gonna be a fun day. So it's my third year teaching, so I'm gonna take a cute picture with my 3, and then our yay with my para. That'll be cute by our door deck. And then I'm just gonna give the 3 to the 3rd grade teacher, and then she can take cute pictures with her 3rd graders as well. And then I'll probably try to do something cute with the kindergartners with the yay, because yay is like a kindergarten, like, yeah, first day of kindergarten. But only half of the kindergartners are here today, so they do like A through, I think last names A through M are here today, and then tomorrow the N through Z will be here. So then it's just not like super overwhelming having a bunch of students who are new to the school and don't know how to do the lunch count or use the bathrooms and stuff like that. Desk is pretty clean, hiding things in my chair. Don't see that. I'm telling you, the light switches in my room are literally in the worst place possible. It's 6:50 and I'm ready to rock and roll. I've got everything I need. I'm feeling prepared. So now I have a half hour to eat my little breakfast snack and then drink my Starbucks. Yesterday when I was at work, I didn't think to buy anything for breakfast, so I have to get into that mode because I just have a little granola bar to eat. Don't have any yogurt or anything. Kind of out of this school routine. So I told myself I was gonna go to the gym tonight, and I think that was just a dumb thing, because now it's like I committed myself to going, like I have my bag and everything. It's just, I don't feel like going. I'm exhausted and I want a nap, but we will make it there one way or another. So it's almost 5 o'clock now. The day just like flew by. The first day is always so fun. I just kind of was popping in between classes, and my pair was doing the same, just helping our students. At one point I was doing Play-Doh, and then I did chalk, and then I played Hungry Octopus, and then I played a Peep the Cat coloring activity. I did a little kindergarten free play time. I was cooking in the kitchen with them. But all of that has to come to an end, right? Real academics. Tomorrow is the second day of school, and there's already real academics planned. 2nd grade at least is doing number corner and math. So number corner goes with our Bridges curriculum, and it's really cool. It's kind of like calendar math, and I really like it. So what I always like to do is I have a binder with things and sheet protectors, so then whatever they're displaying on the classroom in the number corner, so everyone's sitting on the carpet and the teacher's up at the board. And then after like the first couple weeks, then she picks a helper, and the helper is doing all the display stuff. So we'll probably be coloring in these sections of the clock and talking about how the clock can be split into fractions or time. And then eventually we'll start like recording the hours. And so assuming 13, 14, 15, it's probably gonna do military time. I haven't done 2nd grade number corner yet, so I'm not quite sure, but 1st grade I'm pretty solid on. So I like to be able to support my students not only behaviorally but also academically by just providing an extra thing. So then whatever the helper is doing on the board, they're getting extra practice on the sheets that I have, and then they're sitting right next to me, and I keep an eye on them and make sure we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. And then after number corner, my second grade math kids will actually be doing math, so I'll take them out of the actual bridges lesson, and they'll do connecting math concepts in my room. I already have like 2 IEPs I'm in the works of scheduling, so that's kind of like overwhelming to think that like it's the first day of school and I'm already writing IEPs. And then I have the one that I had the meeting for last week when school wasn't even started. I'm in the middle of writing that, but that's nice because it's an amend IEP because we're adopting it from the district she came from. So it's not like I'm having to provide a lot of the present levels or anything like that. I'm just kind of copying with what the previous teacher said, because this is the first day I basically met the students. So it's kind of hard to write present levels on someone you've met for like a day. So I'm happy that we're amending the IEP and that we were happy with what the previous district had to say. So I'm gonna drag myself home, make myself go to the gym and have something for dinner. I have no idea. I didn't go shopping yesterday even though I was at the store, so I don't even know what I'll have for dinner, and then probably work on these IEPs. And then I still have a couple kids that I don't have their confidential forms due, and the principal wants to have a meeting with 2 of my friends and their teacher to just talk about like what the behavior plan is and just kind of refreshing on like how to handle those students. So that's always fun, and I'm sure that'll be this week too. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Happy Wednesday, friends. It's another day in paradise. It's crazy you can believe I am prepared to do a little curriculum today with some 5th and 2nd graders, and hopefully they took it well. Welcome to school, folks. I made a bad decision last night and I went to bed at like 7:30. So I'm sure you know what that means. I was wide awake at about 3 a.m. So right now it's like 6:40. I'm here way earlier than I usually am, but I just couldn't sit at my house anymore. I'm sure I'll be ridiculously tired at about 2 p.m. today, and I'll still have about a half hour of kids still. But hey, we'll work through it. I have a new student on attendant care, so that's like our Medicaid billing system. So I need to make a time tracking sheet for that student, as well as I want to make a new behavior sheet for somebody else. The day is going great. I've been working on About Me PowerPoints with some of my students, and it's lunchtime now, and it's my favorite kind of pizza. Cheesy crust and ice cream. I literally walked in here like, who left their apples on the table with their wooden? The problem with buying snacks for your students to eat when they get a little hangry is that after school you sit and eat said snacks. So I make a habit of buying the giant container of goldfish because I have several students that really like goldfish, and it is a long time till lunch. Like, I need a snack before lunchtime. So I totally get why my kids need a snack. So I definitely keep goldfish on hand all the time. Sometimes it's pretzels, sometimes it's animal crackers, but goldfish is a must for sure. The third Friday count is coming up, and that's something that like Wisconsin does to keep track of like how many students the district has for the IEPs, and then they get like funding based off of the third Friday count. So I've been amending like placement pages and finishing my IEP that I had open from the transition meeting I had last week, and then I scheduled 2 more meetings, and then I have another one that I'm in the works of scheduling with a parent, and it is a busy time. So by the time the third Friday count comes around, I'll have done 4 IEPs by then, which is just mind-blowing. Something that's been in the works is they've been trying to hire another special ed teacher that could co-teach with 5th grade. Unfortunately, they haven't been very lucky with that. Haven't had any applicants at all. SPED is so hard to hire for right now because everybody is looking for more SPED teachers. So they were hoping they could get someone with a SPED license who could co-teach with 5th grade, because 5th grade has 29 students and just a lot of high needs from my caseload as well, so that person could do that split teaching with 5th grade, and they could split into 2 sometimes, and then they could also take the 5th grade IEPs off of my handle as well as some of the 504 kids, and they could just have that smaller environment. So they actually just changed the opening to just a regular teacher, and then if they get that hired, then I think they're going to get me another para, because currently I have a lot of mandated time that's scheduled in IEPs, just from a lot of students that have transferred in for this year, as well as students that I previously had last year, and I have a lot of service times that I need to fulfill, and I don't think I currently can do that with myself and my para right now because there's a lot going on. So here we are again at 5 o'clock at night, still working on paperwork. Part of the problem is I'm trying to do scheduling, and that just takes forever. It's so many missing pieces, and I'm just trying to get IPs and stuff done so that I can happily move on to something else. Also, I only have like $2 left in my lunch account, so I need to be an adult and put some money in my lunch account. My early morning is finally catching up to me. I almost left with all of the lights on, which would be bad considering I'm the only one here right now, which always makes me paranoid. So I always like make sure my keys are in my hand as I'm leaving, because I don't want to be locked outside the school, because that happened to somebody else. Then they had to walk to the gas station, and lucky for them, one of the workers had a student that goes to our school, so they were able to get a hold of the principal to come and let them back in the school so they could get their keys and their phone and everything, because they literally had nothing on them. I thought about going to the gym today, but I kind of just want to go home and eat some McDonald's and then sit in bed, watch Bachelor in Paradise, because I'm not caught up yet from yesterday's episode.
Thank you for choosing McDonald's. Can I help you?
Hi, can I get a small strawberry milkshake with no whip? A small chocolate milkshake with no whip? Hello friends, it is Friday and it is almost 5 o'clock, and I'm sitting in the Walmart parking lot eating some Culvers. Today and yesterday were just like crazy days, and I was there for a long time, and vlogging was like not my highest priority. I'm starting to get together all the scheduling for my students, and I'm starting to start doing services for students, so I have less free time on my hands, but also I have lots of paperwork, including all the stuff that's due by the third Friday count, which is like the 18th of September, I think. So I have lots of paperwork that is super duper important, because our district doesn't get a certain amount of the money if they don't get it in by that count. So I need to get that done so I'm not getting hassled by my director. I've been having Wi-Fi issues, and when I asked them, they were like, oh, nobody at your school knows how to fix that. So they came and fixed it, but then they were also like, here, we'll teach you how to fix it, and you can be in charge of doing it for your school. Okay, I guess that's what happens when you sign up for the technology team, is you just keep getting assigned all of these things that you're expected to fix. Okay, whatever. Next, I'm sure it'll be smartboard, because I was having smartboard issues too, but thankfully when they came to fix whatever was the problem with mine, I was not around. I was with the student. The projector itself is working, but like if you pick up a pen and try to write on it or anything, like nothing would work. And I tried like the connection wizard and all that stuff in the smartboard, and it was like the smartboard is not connected. So I was really feeling dumb, and I was like, it's probably a cord or something, because I have like 6 cords behind my desk that don't plug into anything, but I couldn't figure out what was what. So finally I just put in a quick fix, and I was hoping that somebody a little smarter than me could fix it. I work from 5 to 11 tonight, so that's a 6-hour shift, which means I get a lunch. And usually I take a half-hour lunch, because I feel like there's no point working 6 hours if you're taking an hour lunch, because then it's basically a 5-hour shift. And when you work a 5-hour shift, you don't need a lunch. But I'm feeling lazy, so I don't really want to work that much tonight. And I'm like super tired. So I'm going to eat my ice cream and my strawberry mango cooler. And then Culver's, their pretzel bites are back, but for a limited time. They should be leaving soon, which will be sad. And then I have onion rings, so a real healthy, balanced dinner. So I'm sure around like 7 o'clock or something, I'll take another dinner and eat something else from the freezer section probably. And then I have some things I need to buy, and all my camera batteries are like super dead, so I can't even show you that. But I am planning on going to school tomorrow, because I just need to get my life together. Last year I only went in on Saturday like twice the entire school year, but this year I just like want to get a really good head start on my paperwork. Plus I have a parent I am waiting on to get back to me so I can schedule a meeting, and I prefer to be scheduling meetings while I'm at school, because then all the PDFs are saved on my school computer and not on my laptop. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, and I'll chat about all of the wonderful things I've been making for data tracking. Woo, data! Welcome friends, it is now Saturday. I've been here for like an hour, so kind of just making a mess. Just getting some papers, curriculum kind of stuff in order. And then I was gonna attempt to organize this, but I thought I would start on my rainbow drawers first. So last year I used this more of like a material storage area. This year I want to use it as like a student's material storage area, because last year I had a lot of students who really gravitated towards like one certain pencil, and so they'd spend like a minute looking for that certain heart pencil, or they'd be reading books in my room and they would put them in somewhere because they wanted to remember where that book was, because none of my students have like certain storage areas for their things in my room. So I thought
thought that this year I would change that. Plus, I have a lot more students than last year, so I just need a place to put all their workbooks or other materials that they use while they're in my room. So these are those super cheap Target labels that are like the long rectangles, but I just cut them in half to accommodate the little drawer pull. So I'm going to use some free labels I found on Teachers Paid Teachers. I am a buyer of Teachers Paid Teachers, but I am not a maker. Even like stuff that I make personally, I would never sell in there because I just don't want to deal with the copyright stuff involved. I am using the ones by Mel D. Seuss-tastic. They're free. Everyone loves a free product. So they are editable. Now, these are not normally cut in half like that. I just put a box there so I could, you know, do what I wanted to do. And I'm going to be doing my students' initials right here. And then every student will have their own drawer, and we'll also work on knowing what our initials are. And I discovered last year when we were doing something that a surprising number of students didn't know what their initials were. So we're going to work on that as well. So all my little math drawers back here, I have started with labels for them. So like pennies, nickels, dimes, dice, quarters, dollars, number puzzle, telling time, magnetic manipulatives, Zingle, which is a game. That's a game. 1 through 20 is a puzzle. Then counters, spinners, the base 10 pieces, tiles, number racks, division, which are like flashcards, multiplication, addition and subtraction, and then fractions and decimals. So just like various things that go with those. They're not like pieces like this that come with the curriculum. That's like all these random cards sitting here. So I need to buy one more of these. And then I think once I have that last one, I will have all of the drawers I need, maybe. I mean, I have enough room. I have room for another drawer. So maybe if they had 2, I would just get 2. Because I don't use these popsicle sticks enough that they like need to be over here. These are for task cards that I haven't made yet. And these are for number corner bridges math, but I could find somewhere else for that as well. And these are from tutoring, and I haven't started tutoring yet, so I don't need these here either. The unfortunate thing is the color printer that teachers usually use has been out of a certain ink, and I guess it's an old enough computer that they don't sell that ink anymore, so they've been working on getting us another color printer, but it's just been a really slow process, so instead we have to use the office one, but only the secretary and the principal have like the right code or something to do that, so every time you want to print something in color, you just have to send it to the principal or the secretary, and they'll print it for you. And I mean, they do it, but obviously it's Saturday, so there's no one here to do it. So, I have to wait a little bit till I can put my drawers in, and then I will use double-sided tape, stick them in, and then we're good to go. If you're curious, these are from the Happy Teachers palette. I don't remember how much they cost, but I'm pretty sure they weren't free. It was probably like under $5, and I really enjoy that like green, blue, purplish watercolor, and it really matches my room well, so it was a good thing to buy. Well, friends, I've been here a while. It's almost 4:30. I'm eating dinner with my parents at 5, so it's almost time for me to go. But I thought I'd show you a little bit what I got done today. It was a lot of like paperwork and sending out IEP invites, or actually working on the IEPs, just printing off some stuff. But I did do a little organizational stuff because I need a little organization in my life, and I'm still not done. But this is what I did so far. So this right here is like my 2 social skills areas. So this is just like various curriculums that the district uses or that I bought myself. This is usually what I do in the afternoon with kids, and that was what I did in the morning with kids. Now, granted, I still don't have my schedules made, and I don't have all the curriculums that are there. Plus, I usually do intervention with some kids, so that's not there either. So I'm sure that'll get much more full as the weeks go by. And then we have container markers, crayons, and then I just did this, glue, scissors, and then like the nurse passes, and then like if kids come from the outside and their lips are chapped, we use a little Vaseline, a little Q-tips, Band-Aids. The only thing I'm sad about is the double-sided tape kind of like left a residue, but oh well, nobody looks at that. Timers for timing breaks or like multiplication tests or anything like that. Paper towels, clean up spills, hand sanitizer, wipes, tissues. And then I kind of organized my teacher area. And then sadly, this is all I have for social studies stuff. Our district has really gotten on board with our math curriculum. We adopted Bridges 2 years ago, I think. And then we did Foundations the year before. So we have a really good phonics curriculum. We have a really good math curriculum. We're using Journeys right now for our reading curriculum, but we're not really happy with that. So I think that's what they're working on next. And then our science curriculum, we're using Mystery Science. And then social studies is kind of just like whatever. It's kind of a hodgepodge of things that people are compiling and just making their own materials. So hopefully eventually they'll get a curriculum for that. And then there'll actually be like an adaptive piece that students can use. So like right now I have some students that don't do social studies in the regular ed classroom. So this is the social studies book that I like to use with some of my really low students. History of our country. So that's like the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade curriculums all kind of like condensed into one. And it's a level E, so Fontes and Pinnell level E. So it's just a lot of really easy vocabulary words and sight words that have been things that the students are working on. So then they're just trying to focus on decoding like the major names and places of people, and they're not worried about trying to figure out what like economical status is or anything like that. Just a lot of easier terms to make it easier for my students. Maybe I'll make it a goal next summer to kind of work on compiling some more social studies materials for my students because it is very much lacking. Thank you so much for watching my first week of school vlog, and I'll catch you guys next week for week number 2.